Hi, welcome to Formarte. We're going to start today our lesson 12 from the A2 level. So let's start right now with our vocabulary, first of all. So that's what we're going to see today. So let's continue here. Okay, so today's vocabulary is going to be about family. So we're going to learn different vocabulary regarding our family. The first one is aunt. Aunt. Remember that if you don't know the meaning, you can go to the to module 1 and you can open the Cambridge dictionary and you can look for the meaning of these words. Okay, so the first one is aunt. The second one is brother, brother. Number 3, cousin, cousin. Number 4, dad. Number 5, daughter. Number 6, father. Number 7, grandchildren. Number 8, granddaughter. Number 9, we can say grandfather, or we can say also granddad. Grandfather or granddad. Let's go with another one here very quick. Grandmother. We can say grandmother, or we can also say grandma. Grandmother or grandma. Then we have grandson. Grandson. Next one, very easy. Mother. Mother. Or we can also say mom. Remember that in England, they write mom with a U. In the US, in the United States, will be with an O, right? But in England, you can write it down with a U, mom. Parent, the next one, parent. Then we have sister, sister, son, and the last one, uncle, uncle. So we have here a lot of vocabulary for family, and that is what I want for us to practice. But before practicing that, we're going to check the vocabulary for today on Unit 12. So take out your pencil, take out your paper, and write down the most important parts, or maybe some parts that you don't understand. If you don't understand this pronoun part, please ask me, or if you want some extra practice, let me know, and I'll be more than glad to help you. Okay, let's go here with pronouns. So we have, there are different forms of personal pronouns. Of course, we have the subject pronouns. These ones are very easy, right? For example, I, you, he, she, it, we, you, and they. But we have also, in this case, we have the object pronouns. Remember that before using these object pronouns, we need to use a verb. For example, I will say call me, or call you, or call him, call her, call it, call us, call you, or call them. So these are some object pronouns that before using these pronouns, we need to use a verb in at the beginning, right? Now we have the reflexive pronouns. Reflexive pronouns, for example, myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, and themselves. So these are the three pronouns that we're going to be working on today's lesson. But there are also other pronouns. So for example, for things, I can use something, or I can use anything, or I can use everything or nothing. For people, I can use somebody or someone, anybody or anyone, everybody or everyone, or nobody and no one. So it says, remember that you must use a positive verb with nothing, nobody, and no one. For example, I've got nothing to read on the train, or I haven't got anything to read on the train. Okay, so again, that for a positive verb, you must use, means remember that you must use a positive verb with nothing, right? With nobody and with no one. If we're talking about the other ones, then we can use the negative one. So we can work on this. You can go to page 144 on your booklets. So you can go there, page 144, and please do this practice from 1 to 6. And we have an example where it says, Jenny came to the party alone. Jenny didn't come with anyone, right? Or for example, number 2, David knows what happens. I've told David what? Maybe everything, right? So so we have here different parts. Try to this practice. You can, if you want, you can pause for the moment the video, and we will go in a moment starting lesson 12. Okay, let's continue with our lesson. So let's go to page 74, page 74. Let's go right away with that to that page, and we're going to start with a family tree. So just to practice a little bit of vocabulary, and again, let's go to page 74, page 74. So we're going to practice here. It says, read the information about Scarlett Johansson and her family, then complete the spaces in her family tree. So based on this information, we're going to put here what is, who is her, then we're going to write a name here. And well, it doesn't have a name here. So we're gonna see, we're gonna write number 1, who is it, the mother, the grandma, who is it? Then here, Carson, is it a sister? Is it a brother? Is it a, father? So we need to know, based on what we're reading, we need to write down her family tree, okay? So that will be the information for this part. Then in number 2 says, write the words for other people in a family. Some letters are given to help you. So this is like playing, scramble or something like that. You need to know which is the word, but they give you some words, they give you some information. So based on that, you need to figure out which part of the vocabulary goes here regarding the family. It says make your own family tree, which you will see used later in this lesson. So for part 3, I want for you to do something like this, not a lot, but at least what's your family tree? Who are your grandparents? Who are your brothers and sisters? In this case, your siblings. Then if you have cousins, if you have an uncle or an aunt. So I would like for you to write down your own family tree so that we can practice vocabulary. For this listening, hopefully we're going to have it in our platform, but if not, we need to wait for a moment because we're having some problems with these audios in CD number 2. So hopefully in this listening part, we will have it as soon as possible in our platform. Regarding pronunciation, well, we're going to see the open O, for example, right? That's the open O, and we can find that in certain words, for example, all, or August, right? Draw. Well, in this case, this one is, okay, this one is open O, which is and this one is the diphthong ow, like cow, right? Ow. So this is the sound ow, and this is the sound ah. So we need to put all the words that go with the ow sound and here with the sound ah. For example, cow or draw. Okay, so we need to write down which word goes in this sound and which of these words go in this other sound. Now, for the spelling spot, it says the word uncle is often spelled wrongly as unsel by key candidates. Sort the letters below to give other words with the same LE ending. For example, a large building, what is how you call a large building? Or this has 2 wheels, for example, bicycle, right? So these are some words that we need to figure out with this meaning of the verb of the word, we need to write it down here. And of course, we see here the letters, but they are scrambled a little bit, right? So we just need to put them in the correct form. Now, regarding possessive, remember we just saw the personal pronouns, we saw the object pronouns, and we also saw the reflexive pronouns, but we also have possessive pronouns, which are over here. For example, mine. And the characteristic of this pronoun is that after this one, you need to use a noun. For example, I'm sorry, in this one, it will be this one, I'm sorry. So you can say my car, right? So after this one, you need to use a noun, my car, or your car, or his car, her car, our car, your car, or their car. If I don't want to use again my car, I can say mine. Or if I don't want to use your car again, I can say yours. The same thing with his, hers, ours, yours, and theirs. So please, if you have questions regarding this, let me know and I can help you, or I can even give you extra practice because I think it's very, very important for us to know these parts. Now, it says here we use a possessive adjective before a noun. As I was telling you, my car, your house, or his party. We use a possessive pronoun after a noun to refer back to it. For example, I can take you in my car. Thanks, but I'll have mine, right? So that mine is the same thing as my car. Instead of saying my car, I can just say mine. So we usually add apostrophe s to a noun or a name to show possession. For example, that's another way to say possession. I can say granddad's party. That means that is the party of granddad. Or Mario's restaurant. That means that that restaurant belongs to Mario. So it says here with a partner, look at the family tree you made in exercise 3. Compare the information, use possessive forms. For example, your father is called, or your brothers are older than mine, or their names are. Okay, but we can work on that in our live classes. Now it says report back to your classmates about what you found. Example, Paul's father is called, his brothers are older than mine, or our sisters are both older than us. So we're gonna work with that in our live class. Let's go to the second part, 12.2, where it says large and small. And we're going to practice a little bit of speaking. Remember that these speaking parts, you can send me an audio in my personal WhatsApp so that I can give you some feedback, please, of your speaking. So it says here, what are the good and bad things about being part of a small family or a very large family? So you can answer that question, and of course I can help you if you don't know. Now it says decide which of these things may not be possible in big families. Being by yourself, playing sport with others, helping younger children, living in a big house or flat. Remember, flat is the same thing as apartment, remember, okay? Next one says keeping the place tidy, having a low supermarket bill, doing lots of washing, definitely, and traveling cheaply, probably not. And anyone your older brothers, annoying, I'm sorry, your older brothers and sisters. So we're going to read this information. We're going to practice some reading today. And after reading these two paragraphs, well, it says, read what Sam Hayden says about his big family. We're going to answer this question. Which brother is he close to? Which words tell you this? And we continue, of course, reading. And then it says, now read what Sam's brother Joe says. Who does he get on well with? So that's another question for us to answer. But here is the most important part. Based on these two texts, we're going to write right or wrong. Okay. If Joe doesn't tell you the answer, choose doesn't say. So we have three options. A, if it's wrong. B, if Joe doesn't tell, right? And C doesn't say, right? So again, read what Joe says again below right. I'm sorry, you need to write A if it's right, B if it's wrong, and C if it doesn't say, okay? So let's do this right now. You can pause for the moment the video do this part, and you can check it out in your booklet or check it out with us also. Now, talking about pronouns, it says all the underlined words are pronouns. Complete the table. He is kind and helps me, or you can be by yourself. So here we're going to write the subject pronouns, the object pronouns, and the reflexive pronouns. So we can just fill out these blanks. Now it says finish the second sentence so that they may mean the same. Use some of the pronouns from exercise 6. For example, my brother and I took some sweets from the dish. We can say my brother and I helped ourselves to some sweets from the dish. So this sentence over here needs to say exactly the same using some of these pronouns. Okay. Now, for part A, it says the underlined words below are also pronouns. Complete the table. So in this one, we're going to complete it using everything or anybody or someone or no one, and we can complete that. And then we're going to complete again to practice. If you want, you can do this number 9 for homework. So you can do it maybe tomorrow or during the week, because you don't have to do it right now, but it's good for you to practice this information during the week. So for now, well, we have the units of revision. So maybe you can start doing these revision parts, because it's like a little test that we need to do. So we can work on with some of these in our live classes, but if you can start doing this right now in your booklets, it will be great. So well, for now, that will be the class. Please, again, if you need help, if you don't understand something, let us know, send me a message, and I can help you right away. So thank you very much. See you on lesson 13.